Hello and welcome to another episode of Laptop Retrospective, and today I wanted to give you an update on how the use of the Vankyo Matrix Pad S7 was coming along. I've had some time now to get a little bit used to this device, and I've come to a few conclusions that I wanted to share with you. That isn't one of them. The very first thing that I think we really need to address is what the tablet is good for and what it's not good for. At 110 Canadian dollars, there are some things realistically that this tablet is just not going to be able to do. So let's start with the good. It's really good value for money. If you think about getting an Android 9 tablet that will run a wide gambit of apps in the year 2020, we've certainly come a very long way. There are a few drawbacks, however. Because of the screen's resolution, you are not displaying anything more than a 720p video. So if 720p video is actually not available, your video actually ends up looking not too great. I experimented with this by running a few YouTube videos on it and upping the quality as far as I could go, and it would max out usually at the 720p setting. However, when running content, say on Netflix or your favorite streaming service, I found that the quality was actually quite grainy and not really great to look at. So keep that in mind if you are purchasing this to primarily consume media, that the screen resolution is not sufficient for that task. One of the other kind of issues that I took with this particular tablet is that the front and rear facing cameras are not all that great. The megapixel count isn't that high, but more importantly, the refresh rate is very, very laggy. So getting a clear picture that isn't blurred is incredibly difficult on this. Don't come into this thinking that you're going to get anything close in terms of like flagship quality photos. The good news is that it runs most applications. I didn't have too many issues playing very many games. I did hand it over to a few other members of the household, and they did report that it was somewhat sluggish in a few games, but it was still playable. So if you are purchasing this for a member of your household to play games on, it's actually a pretty decent purchase. Text in most applications looked okay, but again, if you have an application that is very display sensitive or its lowest display setting is actually still quite high, then you might run into issues of what appears to be blurry text or artifacting. It was very, very good for reading books or audiobooks, that sort of thing. Handheld size meant it was really easy to travel, really natural to turn pages, pause, play, all of that sort of thing. No concerns there. The battery life is good. If it's left on standby with absolutely nothing to do, you'll probably get about 2 days, maybe a little more. The one thing that you do need to recognize is because it has a small battery, once you've used this device for an extensive period of time, you need to get to the habit of charging it. It's not like an iPad or some of the other tablets where you can use it, put it down, come back to it tomorrow, and well, have it still turn on. That is one downside of having a small tablet with a small battery, is that you do need to be mindful to top it up. All in all, if you're looking for something that's inexpensive, that you can install pretty much whatever application or game that you want on it, you're not too worried about the screen, and you're not going to use the cameras, again, it's pretty decent value for money. However, if the screen resolution does matter, if the ability to use cameras matters, if you're planning on duoing or Skyping with somebody, this might not be the device that you want to choose just because of the camera quality. We're looking at a budget of $100. Is this a bad tablet for $100? Absolutely not. You just need to make sure that if you're paying $100 for a tablet, that your expectations are set at $100 and what you get and what you don't get. At any rate, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed this content. If you do have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. And as always, I'll leave the big 4 here for you to consider. Please like the video, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so the next time I feature an inexpensive budget product on this channel, you will be the first to know about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.